What's going on, guys? My name is Kyle and welcome back. Today's video is going to be a little bit different to normal, but I want to just talk to you. I want to just have a conversation about something that's been happening, something I've been working on for a very long time, and just, I don't know, just talk to you about it because I'm really freaking excited. Now, this is something that I've talked about in videos before, and a lot of you will already know what it is that I'm talking about. But if you have no idea what it is I'm talking about, let me explain a couple of things. For the last 12 months, I have been working on our very own clothing brand, and it's definitely been a learning experience. I've never done anything like this before, so everything that's happened in the last 12 months with this clothing brand has honestly just been one learning experience after the other because I have to learn on the fly. In some situations, I feel like this might be a good thing, but in others, I feel like it's probably made it a little bit harder than it needed to be. Now, one of the main questions that I've had since starting this clothing brand is why? Why would you even start this? And there's a couple of different reasons. The first one is I kind of wanted some merch for this channel. We've done different kinds of merch over the years, but nothing that I've been super proud of. So I wanted to do something that not only gives you guys the chance to support the channel if you wanted to, but it also gives us the opportunity to send you out something that I'm proud of and that we can all be proud of together. Another reason that I started all of this is I wanted to have something that people could enjoy and appreciate even if they hadn't seen our content. If they have no idea who South Street Media is, or they've never seen any of our videos before, but they come across this clothing brand, I still want them to have the opportunity to enjoy the work that we've put into it. Whether that happens or not, I have no idea, but at least it opens up that opportunity. And the last reason is sort of two things combined together. And I know that one of them is probably gonna ruffle some feathers, which I was fully prepared for when I started this. Now, prior to us starting our own clothing line, I used to buy all of my car culture or car clothes through other companies, like most of us do. And most of these companies that I was buying my clothes from had this underlying push for hoon behavior and street racing. Now, I've said this a million times in videos before. I know it's not the cool thing to not like street racing. I get that. And I know that I probably alienate a lot of people because I don't like that stuff, which is fine. We're all allowed to enjoy our own things. Me personally, I just don't like people being stupid on the streets with cars. I think it gives a bad rap to a lot of people, and it's absolutely made things harder, here in Australia at least, to have a modified vehicle and do things with a modified car. But that's a whole different video altogether. The point that I'm trying to make is that all of those companies that I was buying these clothes from all had that. Whether it was designs or attitudes or whatever, it was always focused about doing sick burnouts and taking over intersections. And that's just not what I'm about. To each is their own. You're allowed to like that. I'm not saying you're not. Just for me, and I'm sure some other people out there, I'm not a fan. And that's part of why I wanted to do this. I just wanted to make something that's just not so focused on that side of car culture. Now, before I get into the other half of this point, I just want to quickly throw a disclaimer out here. Let me just grab the shirt, it'll be way easier to explain. So this is one of our designs. This is the front, it has a little mountain on the front here. This is called our Touge Mechanic shirt. So you can see it has the mountain logo on the front, and then on the back, this is our Touge Mechanic halfway down the mountain, ready to fix any cars that may or may not have made it past the barrier. The reason I wanted to grab this and just quickly explain something is because I understand that things like Touge, things like drifting, all of those things that we love today were things that were done on the street. Touge is something that you're doing down a public road, a public mountain in Japan. I understand that that's where the culture stems from. Completely get that. For me personally, I think there's a big difference of appreciating something from the past opposed to using it as an excuse to do things now. Times change, things change. That is my quick disclaimer. I understand me sitting here and saying that hooning is bad and you shouldn't do it whilst having shirts on our website about Touge. I understand the irony and I understand that it might seem hypocritical, but at least I've kind of explained my thought process. Now that that's out of the way, let me explain the final reason as to why I wanted to get something like this done. And it was for inclusivity. I know this word gets thrown around a lot, and I know that some people might not even care about this being a fact, but it's something that I really wanted to focus on because I know what it's like to struggle to find clothes, okay? I'm a very big dude. For reference, I'm 6'6" and I'm 150 kilos. I am not a small framed person by any stretch of the imagination. Do you know what? Let me grab a large shirt and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, this is a large. Still pretty big, but this is a large. And this is a 4XL. This is what I'm currently wearing. These designs are quite old, the shirt's a lot longer, I'll get to that in a minute, but you understand. This is a 4XL, this is a large. Big differences. So I understand that not every person is built the same way. I struggle all the time to buy stuff online or even buy from stores. It is honestly the worst feeling. I hate buying new clothes, not because I don't like the way they look, but because of the headaches that you have to go through to find stuff that fits you when you're not an average human being. So a big part for me was making sure that we had sizes from extra small all the way up to 4 or 5XL, so anybody of any shape should be able to use our clothes. Now, unfortunately, there are going to be people where our smalls are too big and our larges are still too small, but a big focus for me was trying my absolute hardest to make sure that I included as many people as possible, because I know what it's like, and it sucks. So I hope that sheds just a little bit more light on why I even decided to do this, because I've had a lot of messages from people very confused and asking why. Now that I've got the why did we do this out of the way, let's just quickly touch on the why the hell did it take so freaking long? Because it's taken me close to 12 months just to launch this brand, so let me just explain to you why that took so long. Now, like I said before, this is one of our 4XL t-shirts. It is gymongous, but it fits me, so I'm very happy about that. But one of the main problems about trying to find things that are as inclusive as what I wanted is it's very, very difficult to find the right cut of t-shirt. If you have no interest in clothing, I understand that this might be really, really boring and annoying for you, so just bear with me, okay? Now, this is a 4XL t-shirt. This is held up against my body, and you can see, look how freaking long it is. I don't even know how much you can see on the camera, but it is very, very long. So one of the big issues we had was we were getting some of these samples, and they come down to like my knees. They are ridiculously long, which is just not the most comfortable thing in the world. I know some people like that, but I went on a limb and said the vast majority of people wouldn't enjoy that. So honestly, a lot of the last 12 months has been getting designs printed, getting the samples here, trying them out for a month, seeing how they feel, seeing what they're like, and unfortunately, a lot of it was trial and error. So we tried them, we knew they didn't work, and we had to find something else. We went back and forth for ages. We came across something like these ones, which were a better cut, but the material felt really gross and scratchy and just not good to wear. But at least from those ones, we knew we liked the length, but not the material. So then we had to find ones the same size, but different material. And there was just a lot of back and forth, okay? It was very stressful and kind of expensive, but very worth it, I think. So once we got the t-shirts nailed down, we moved over to hoodies, which was a thing in itself, I guess. Lucky for the hoodies, it wasn't as hard as the t-shirts were, but still really difficult. So after a couple of different attempts, we came up with these ones. Now these hoodies find the same inclusivity and everything has to be the same. So I think the smallest are a small and they go up to a 5XL. Don't quote me on that, but I'm fairly certain that's what we decided on. But at the end of the day, they're gonna fit a lot of different bodies, which I'm very, very happy about. One other thing with these hoodies that we're really excited about is they're made from semi-recycled materials, which was another big thing that we wanted to try and focus on, was if we could have an eco option, to go for it. Even though unfortunately eco-friendly options are a little bit more expensive, I would rather wear that cost and still have something that we know we're very proud of. We definitely could have got cheaper garments and made things just a little bit cheaper, but to be honest with you, I would rather just make less money and make sure that anything I send out to you is of good quality. That's my only concern. So the hoodies are premium, they're made from recycled things, they're really, really good on sizing, and I know that I'm happy with them before we even send them out, which is the most important part, I think. Now the hoodies and the shirts, they're all printed directly to the garment, so it's like screen printed on the top. They're really durable. We've been wearing them for months. We've been washing them heaps just to make sure that we're getting the wear out of them. Every video that I've been filming or times that I've been working on the car, I've been wearing these shirts. The shirts that we ended up using are made from 100% cotton, so they're breathable, they're nice to wear, they're soft. I'm just really freaking happy with them. So after we went through the shirts and the hoodies, we wanted to look at doing some caps because that's just something that I've wanted to do, but I wanted them to be embroidered. So we got a couple of caps. I wore this for quite a bit just to make sure that the embroidery was gonna be good quality, it wasn't gonna pull. And one thing that we found, I don't know how easy that's gonna be for you guys to see, it's not gonna show because of my face, but you can see that the embroidery it wasn't good, it wasn't perfect. You know, the embroidery machine struggled a little bit with the outlines and it just wasn't as nice as we wanted it to be. So we went backwards and forwards a couple of times on the cap designs, on the embroidery designs, and then we finally landed with these. These are a hell of a lot crisper, a hell of a lot cleaner. Look at them. Man, I am very, very chuffed, but they are a hell of a lot nicer. And that was the big thing. We wanted to make sure that even if it took us longer, I could have done this before Christmas, but I just wanted to make sure that it was perfect. I really didn't think this through because the double logo on camera just looks very strange, doesn't it? Very, very weird. So we finally got some caps made with the logo. We had like a standard trucker style with the mesh on the back, and we have this really sick classic style snapback, which is freaking dope. It has the changeable ends. It's just, I feel like I'm trying my hardest to be 18 again, and it's just, even though that wasn't that long ago, it just feels wrong. But this is sick. So we have these classic snapbacks, green bottom. they're just really freaking cool, man. I'm literally only now realizing that this seems like a very weird ShamWow commercial. I swear that's not what this video was about, okay? I just wanted to share it with you, so I'm sorry. There is no call now and get 50% off. Like, I'm sorry. It just is not the way this video is gonna go down. Now that I've said that, I feel weird about showing you anything else, but it is the last thing, I promise. We have these. These are our Toge logo caps. They're a dad cap, brass backing, really, really freaking nice. They come in 4 colors. We have a navy, a charcoal, a black, and a tan color, which is really freaking cool. But stitched. Again, nice embroidered logo. They have a really, really nice fit, and they are eco-conscious, which is freaking sick, man. So there you go. That's what I've been doing for the last 12 months. I understand that the content has changed a lot, and the things that I've been doing for the last 3 years have changed dramatically. We started making content 3 years ago, and it went from talking about streaming and how to stream and gaming keyboard reviews to then doing sim racing stuff to now doing project car stuff, and I know that it's changed a lot. So I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me for the last 3 years and just enjoying the ride. I know that there's probably a lot of you that have zero interest in vehicles, and I know that there's a lot of you that have zero interest in whatever this video was, but I honestly just want to say a huge, huge thank you to you guys that have hung around with me and stuck with me. I'm genuinely blown away by your support, and I couldn't have done any of this without you, so thank you. I know I said that this wasn't like a ShamWow commercial, but now I'm gonna shill some product to you, so please be aware. If you are interested in this sort of stuff, and you do want to support the channel, and you want to check it out, please feel free. The website is now live. Social media is now live. I'll leave the Instagram link and the website link in the description, or you can go to midnighttuneco.com. Everything is there. We've got worldwide shipping, Afterpay's available. Everything is there, ready, set up. Even if you just want to check it out, go over to Midnight Tune Co. I'll leave it in the description. I appreciate you all, thank you. I know today's video was different to normal, okay? The car stuff is coming back next week, I promise you. I've got a lot of plans, I've got a lot of stuff ready to go. Just needed to get this sorted because it was taking a lot of my time, and I just wanted to spend a little bit of extra time on this to make sure that it was perfect before taking anybody's money, okay? I'm sure you can understand that. If you guys have stumbled across this video and you've not seen any of our stuff before, I'm sorry in advance, but like the video, subscribe. I post new videos every week. You don't want to miss them. They're not like this, I promise. Unless, of course, you really like this video, then they can all be like this, but just let me know. Don't forget to head over to Instagram and follow both Midnight Tune Co. and South Street Media. I love your faces. I'm gonna see you guys next week. Bye!